Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is April 29th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see British Columbia, Washington, Oregon. Check out this low pressure spinning off of Haida Gwaii here. Got some cold air cumulus behind it, and we have a thunderstorm chance here as we go through the next couple of days here across portions of the Pacific Northwest. Some mountain snows also following here, including portions of British Columbia, the Rocky Mountains as well. We'll dive into those details. We'll take a look at the extended forecast as always as we go through the video here this morning. Taking a look at the visible satellite, I've got lightning strikes overlaid. I don't see anything out there right now, but there is going to be a chance, especially as we get a little bit of afternoon heating across some of the area here as well. But I didn't get some convergence zone activity across some of the central Puget Sound areas today, so we'll take a look at that on the North American high resolution model here in a moment. You can see some mountain snow. Check it out, 48 inches, mainly above 3,500 feet. Snoqualmie Pass even getting a bit of snow. Look at Stevens 8 to 12 here, and this goes through Tuesday morning coming up here. So watch out for those winter driving conditions going back and forth. White Pass, I-90, and Highway 2, for example. Now, take a look at the chilly morning lows. This is eastern Washington. Just a heads up for this. Chilly air mass over us here in the area. Gardeners should protect and cover their plants and blooms, and also watch out for your pets and livestock. And the snow returns to the Cascades here. Check it out, about 4,000 foot snow elevation in Oregon, and you can see 5 to 8 inches, and some higher amounts above the past levels as well. And there is this winter weather advisory in effect here for 2 to 8 inches, except up to 12 above the passes, and this is for the west slopes of northern central Oregon Cascades and South Washington Cascades. And this goes through 3 p.m. this afternoon. If I back that up, you can see how that winter weather advisory spans the Cascades, Oregon, and Washington. Now, taking a look at what's going on above us here, this is at 18,000 feet. Got British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon. Check out this troughing here right off the coastline. And you can see this is going to hang with us as we go through the day today and in through tomorrow. The system finally kind of swings through here as we go through Tuesday night. And then we get another impulse here as we go through Wednesday evening and on into Thursday morning. A little bit of a transient ridge. We might get one decent day out of that there. And then another system rolls through this weekend. And then it looks like we might be dealing with some troughing after that as well. More on that here in a moment. If we take a look at total snow in inches, check it out. You can see some of the snow flying here as we go through the day today. Not bad for some of the higher peaks out there, and we'll definitely take what we can get. We're below normal here across much of the region as far as the snow water equivalent is concerned. And if I scroll way out there, you can kind of see eventually picking up a little bit more snow here as we go towards about May 8th is what I'm showing you right there. Now taking a look at daily max 2-meter temperatures, and if I put this into motion, you can see that we're dealing with below normal temperatures. We do warm up a bit here as we go towards Friday, but then we come back down as we go through Sunday here. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a couple nice days out of this after all. Some of the models are in some disagreement on just how much we're going to warm up as we go towards the end of the week and on into the weekend. And then you can see the following week dropping back down a little bit below normal here also, but we'll be revisiting that daily, of course. Now look at the composite reflectivity, what the Doppler radar may look like as we go through the day today. As we scroll through the morning hours here, this is about 1 o'clock. There's 2 o'clock. You see some of this convergent zone activity here across some of the central side. You could get a lightning strike. Can't completely rule that out there. Maybe a thunderstorm or two across eastern portions as well. And you can see that activity swing through. Then we've got that next impulse kind of moving through as we go through tonight, mainly affecting southwest Washington and some of Oregon and maybe eastern Oregon here as we go through the afternoon and evening hours on Tuesday. And then if we scroll far enough on in through Wednesday afternoon, you can see the next system already making its way towards Vancouver Island and the coastal areas here as well. And that's about Wednesday afternoon. That's on May 1st. Now taking a look at 80-meter wind speed, and if I put this into motion, you'll see a little bit of this convergent zone activity going on today for some of the central sounds. So we'll be watching for that. Some gusty winds out there. Watch out for a little bit of blowing dust, maybe eastern portions. And then we kind of bring that system down the coastline here. You can see the spin in the atmosphere as we go through Tuesday night. A little bit of westerly surge down the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And then the next storm starts to approach here. And we start to bring some southeast winds across Vancouver Island, Strait of Georgia here. And you can clearly see it about Wednesday afternoon off our coastline. Take a look at day 1 thunderstorm outlook. You can see kind of Oregon north here through Washington, portions of Idaho and Montana. This is day 2, just south of the Seattle metro here, kind of including northern Oregon, southern Washington. Then day 3, that activity moves off to the south and east, still including portions of Idaho, southwest Montana. Now looking at CTAC, we do have some missing precipitation data in in there. So one of these days picked up over 4/10 of an inch of rain here. So we are probably up over an inch officially on the month. And you can see that reflected here in the Seattle National Weather Service forecast office there on Lake Washington, 45/100 of an inch on April 25th. So not terrible here, but we're still below average for the month of April. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, a pretty attractive unit here. It's got a haptic rain gauge, great smartphone app, stores all the data for you in the cloud, and I'll make sure to include that link today to save 10% if you want to click on that. Total precipitation in inches, we're just going to scroll through here, and you can see that precipitation as you go through the afternoon, kind of favoring the central Puget Sound there. Some of the Cascades getting some decent amounts in the coastal range as we go through Tuesday. And as we scroll off into the future here, there's that next system that rolls in here, then additional systems potentially as we go towards the weekend. There's some pretty good model disagreement on just some of the timing of that activity here. But as we scroll through early May, you can see we're building up the precipitation here across some of the region. You know, set up over an inch, maybe up towards 2 inches here for Portland if the National Plan of Models is right. But again, we'll be breaking that down as we go. And if we look at Seattle, you can kind of see how we're hovering below normal all the way through May 13th. The red line is the average high for this time of year, right in the low 60s here, and we increase slowly as we go through mid-May. Same thing for Eugene, a lot of below average signal here showing up through about May 9th. Same thing for Portland as well, and Bellingham, you know, maybe a nice day or two out of this depending on which model wins out, and we'll be watching that as we go towards the end of the week. And the 8 to 14 day, I think this is the same map as I was showing as yesterday. I'll try to update that. Looks like it's not updated yet. We can see that below normal signal here for the West Coast and the above normal signal here for precipitation through May 12th. And again, showing the drought monitor, you can see we do have some moderate drought across Washington, Oregon, and a little bit here across some of Northwest Washington. Also, a bit worse across Idaho Panhandle and portions of Montana here. You know, this is a natural cycle of the climate here. Drought does not, you know, it's not meant to scare you or anything like that. You shouldn't be too concerned about it here. But, you know, we did expand it a little bit there into Western Washington. And the snow water equivalent, again, I've been harping on this. We are below average for many locations. Oregon was doing well, but most locations have actually dropped below normal now. Kind of typical for an El Nino year, but still not great to see. And you know, some of the signals are showing we may be in for a warm, dry summer coming up here. So hopefully it doesn't exacerbate the fire season out there. But anyway, yeah, we'll continue to watch these systems move in here. We'll see if we have any chance of getting some nice days towards the weekend here. Otherwise, yeah, we will just go ahead and do this again tomorrow. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's good to be back here after that storm chase here. I had one of my best days of all time there on Friday, and I look forward to getting back out there in the month of May and June. And I'm going to upgrade my road setup system here so I can do better briefings on the road. I'm just going to have to bring a laptop versus working on a tablet. I can make the quality better here and make the briefings a little bit more comprehensive. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.